Hello, friends. Welcome to Adventures in Pixieland. My name's Amy. I'm an ordained minister, and we're in Bible study. We're in the NIV. We're in Deuteronomy, chapter 7, and we're doing all of chapter 7. Now, as a reminder, Deuteronomy is a result of they lost some of the beginning parts. They found the books later, so there's both, but this is when they were writing down what they could remember. So, not necessarily written by the same authors, is what I'm saying. Okay. Driving out the nations. When the Lord your God brings you into the land you are entering to possess and drive out before many nations, the Hittites, Girgashites, Amorites, Canaanites, Perizzites, Hivites, and Jebusites, 7 nations larger and stronger than you, and when the Lord your God has delivered them over to you, and you have defeated them, then you must destroy them totally. The Hebrew term for this means irrecoverably. So I've gotten better at saying that. Irrecoverably, giving things over or persons over to the Lord, or offer by total destruction. Like think of it like a burnt offering. Make no treaty with them, and show them no mercy. Do not intermarry with them. Do not give your daughters to their sons, or take their daughters for your sons, for they will turn your sons away from following me to serve other gods, and the Lord's anger will burn against you and will quickly destroy you. This is what you are to do to them. Break down their altars, smash their sacred stones, cut down their Asherah poles. That is the symbol of the goddess Asherah. Else here in other places in Deuteronomy, it's a fertility goddess in the opinion of the people worshiping it, demon in the opinion of the Lord. So take your own stance wherever you like. And burn their idols in the fire. For you are a people holy to the Lord your God. The Lord your God has chosen you out of all the peoples on the face of the earth to be his peoples, his treasured possessions. The Lord did not set his affection on you and choose you because you were more numerous than other peoples, for you were the fewest of all peoples, because they really were just one family when they got to Egypt. One very big family, but one family. But it was because the Lord loved you and kept the oath he swore to your forefathers that he brought you out of the mighty hand and redeemed you from the land of slavery, from the power of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. Know therefore that the Lord your God, the Lord your God is God. He is the faithful God, keeping his covenant of love to the thousands of generations of those who love him and keep his commands. And a little footnote there. They have actually found the city in which they refer to, Ramesses II, like the city of it with the giant stable, like is described. And they don't call them Israelites in that thing. They call them, it's like, it does talk about a peoples who came there from somewhere else. Something with like snafu or shafu, I don't know, SNAUF or something like that. It is in the name that Pharaoh gave Joseph, which we'll get to as we keep going into the Bible, as we get into, all sorts of stuff. So it gave him a different name. So to the people of Egypt, the only reason they're there is because of Joseph, who in Egypt went by this other name. So the name of the people is named after them. So they found the engraving somewhere. So that's like a... Disney Plus has an archaeological show where they'll show it to you. Okay, his treasured possessions. Now, verse 7. The Lord did not set his affections on you and choose you because you were more numerous than other peoples, for you were the fewest of peoples, but it was because the Lord loved you and kept the oath he swore to your forefathers and brought you out with a mighty hand and redeemed you from the land of slavery, from the power of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. Know, therefore, that the Lord your God is God. He He is a faithful God, keeping his covenant of love 1,000 generations of those who love him and keep his commands. But those who hate him, he will repay their face by destruction. He will not be slow to repay their face of those who hate them. That sounds like he's going to hit him in the face, I guess. Therefore, take care to follow the commands, decrees, and laws I give you today. Oh, yeah, because, God's hand is pretty big. That's one hell of a, bee slap, if you will. Okay? Trying to keep I don't need the censors, man. Okay. If you pay attention to these laws and are careful to follow them, then the Lord your God will keep his covenant of love with you, as he swore to your forefathers. He will love you and bless you and will increase your numbers. He will bless the fruit of your womb, the crops of your land, your grain, new wine and oil, the calves of your herds and the lambs of your flock, and the lands that he swore to you, swore to your forefathers to give you. Isn't it interesting how in the Bible they're all about the new wine, and these days we're all about the old wine. Like it's like sort of like the older the wine, the better, right? And then they all want new wine. It's interesting. You will be pleased more than any other people. None of your men or women will be childless, nor any of your livestock without young. The Lord, that didn't come true. The Lord will keep you free from every disease. That's also not true. He will not, maybe with the individual person, I guess, but not always true that he'll give you children. The Lord will keep you free from every disease. He will not inflict on you the horrible diseases you knew in Egypt, but he will inflict them on the people who hate you. You must destroy all the peoples the Lord your God gives over to you. Do not look on them with pity, and do not serve their gods, for that will be a snare for you. You may say to yourselves, these nations are stronger than we are. How can we drive them out? But do not be afraid of them. Remember well what the Lord your God did to Pharaoh and to all of Egypt. You saw with your own eyes the great trials, the miraculous signs and wonders, the mighty hand and the outstretched arm, with which the Lord your God brought us out, or brought you out. The Lord your God will do the same to all the peoples you now fear. Moreover, the Lord your God will send the hornet among them until even the survivors who hide from you have perished. You just talk about that, sending hornets in. Do not be terrified by them, for the Lord your God, who is among you, is a great and awesome God. The Lord your God will drive out those nations before you little by little. You will not be allowed to eliminate them all at once, or the wild animals will multiply around you. It's a strategy. But the Lord your God will deliver them over to you, throwing them into great confusion until they are destroyed. He will give their kings into your hand, and you will wipe out their names from under heaven. They're in the Bible, so their names aren't really wiped out, right? Just, they can't have any more kids because their line doesn't exist anymore. No one, well, as far as we know, anyway. No one will be able to stand up against you. You will destroy them. The images of their God are to burn in the fire. Do not covet the silver or gold on them, and do not take it for yourselves, or you will be ensnared by it, for it is detestable to the Lord your God. Do not bring a detestable thing into your house, or you, like it, be set apart for destruction. Utterly abhor and detest it, for it is set apart for destruction. And I know it's like, but it's silver and gold. It's holding the energy of what it's been used for. So as far as God is concerned, it's unclean. Because remember, if you happen upon a dead anything, until you have the cleansing waters, you're unclean. It's a stricter rules and a different type of culture. So, till the next video, friends.